Maddie, we're wrecked.
We're wrecked.
I'm glad. Alright, so welcome to the first episode of Talk With Me.
Woohoo!
Thanks for having us.
Soft launch, hard launch.
Hard launch, yeah.
Hard launch, yeah.
That's some new terminology that I'm still getting used to. Soft launch, hard launch. So we're getting girly today with Jwalla, Casso, and we've decided
Tuzz.
we're
Tuzz.
Tuzz.
Yeah.
We're Tuzzing it.
Yeah.
And we got Mads behind the camera there. Thanks, Mads. If anyone needs a cameraman,
Hit her up.
maybe,
Any day.
Maybe. A couple of training lessons and we'll be sweet.
How do you zoom on this thing?
Recording. Red. I
REC
don't know.
red.
Recording.
It's turned off
Just
now.
another thing.
Okay. Well, let's start with where'd you guys get your fresh shades from?
They are pretty fresh, aren't they?
They're pretty fun and fabulous. They're from Eye Candy in Canberra on Lonsdale Street. So everyone should definitely come and check them out. So they have some good stuff here.
They do. Lots, wide range.
Really fun.
Casso, what time did you get to bed last night?
I chose a sunglass, shade the eyes. It was a late one, but I feel fine.
And she's
No,
gonna
but-
back it up tonight. So
No.
Yeah.
The orange
We're on
really
holiday,
suits you.
so
yeah.
You're
from
glowing
Sydney.
this morning.
don't know where it's come from.
So, we're going to talk about, the current dating world and, any past history that we feel like we really, come to terms with as a group. And if we can help each other out, it'd be great. 4 single Pringles, I believe. So,
Yeah.
Thank God
That's
for
first
that.
time
Oh
is
my
wild.
God, yeah.
That's usually not a regular occurrence.
No.
It's never.
Normally one's trapped, so.
Yeah.
We're all
like
free.
literally trapped.
so I'm confused. Is being single is good now rather than being in a relationship? Like,
No, being single is good and being in a relationship's good, but
Are we
being
on
in a
there?
relationship's bad if you're in it with a dick.
And I think it's like,
I think the time of life you're in, I think we're all in the time.
it's like
where we're
empowering to
single.
be single.
It's so empowering being single.
Yeah.
Like the most empowering thing I think for a girl in her 20s.
well, Tuzz, I believe you're going overseas soon, right?
I am, yeah. Yes, going to the UK. No ties. No, trying to be down here.
That's not
You're like,
right.
why?
I've got to go over a free bird
Yeah.
I love
and
that.
spread my wings.
So any UK listeners,
Yeah.
Tuzz will probably be
Hey,
over there
Jimmy.
by the time you get there.
Yeah.
What's that, getting up, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm still learning acronyms.
Gem you.
Speaking of being hit up, why don't we start talking about falling in love, whether it be on the street or maybe last time.
It's
Okay, well,
generally.
Take them on.
Falling in love. So what about it specifically?
So how often do you fall in love during the week? Because for me it's like, it could be 2 to 4 times with different people that I've never met.
Yeah. I feel like there's a running joke in our friendship that I fall in love.
I feel like you come home every week and Cass, I'm in love.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
who is it now, Jax?
It's not the best habit, but when you just meet someone and you start planning your life together.
Yeah.
I think
In your head.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I do all the time.
And
Yeah,
okay,
so
so
other
you
people do
sometimes
that.
it's a real you're not. It's not a particular type. I feel like for you'll fall in love with the most random people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I like to keep it
But I
exciting.
think, it's boring if you don't have anyone
Yeah.
that's on your mind. You need to have someone.
Are you questioning Jeremy's taste in me right now?
Oh, she probably.
I think it's fair to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
No disrespect, but I would say that I'm one of the wisest ones here when it comes to that.
I think you're our little guinea pig.
I am. I'm actually the trial and error of the group.
Yeah.
Which is good.
So you go on dates with the boys that they're interested in to see whether or not
No.
they're good?
I just
I just want to
like
clarify
she
that.
just-
I experience every scenario possible.
She experiences and then saves us having to go through those experiences to realise, oh, like that's red flag or that. Jackie just does it for us.
Yeah.
So it makes our lives a
I
lot
would say that
easier.
you've got a bomb squad
Yeah, it's insane.
taking all the damage.
It is. But no, it's made me quite headstrong, so I'm grateful for the experiences.
She's come out for
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess to follow on from that, have you fallen in love with any strangers on the street that you've never met before?
No.
No.
That's not. Yeah.
I think I look at a stranger and I go, oh wow, he's gorgeous, or he's beautiful, or oh, our kids would look great.
Maybe it's just me.
But
So yes.
I don't
on
know
that
fall
one day,
in love. Like
on that-
I need a bit more than that need to like know them a bit. I need them to say hi to my face.
Just say hi to her and she'll fall in love.
honestly.
Oh, what
Yeah.
if you're too nervous though? Like, okay, look, let me give you a scenario. So, you see an attractive guy in the room. Let's just say he thinks you're attractive. He's too nervous to say hello, and your expectation is the guy says hello to you. What happens there? Like, how can we?
And don't say hi.
So what? We just
Leave it a mystery.
wow.
Let me fantasize about
Yeah,
it.
okay, and then you fall in, yeah, damn, and that's
Yeah.
better than probably any other date you've been in the past 6 months.
I'll
That's
probably
usually-
say hi and suss it out. Like see if they're
Hi.
like you know
Hey.
see if they're nice. Yeah, but wait, what? Where are we? Are we in a cafe? Are we? At
Okay,
work?
so
Well, yeah,
alright,
are
let me
we
do some
out?
random things. Alright, so give you a couple of scenarios. So we're in a cafe,
Oh God.
and he's having a coffee by himself. He's reading the newspaper.
Oh,
He seems like a sophisticated
cute.
man.
Newspaper,
Yeah, I know.
Super sophisticated.
And eye contact's been made several times. What are we doing? Are we
Okay,
doing
before
anything?
like you
What's
got to
going
do
on?
it before. Like if he was about to leave, then maybe come over.
Really?
Yeah. If there was like eye contact and you'd both been making eye contact already,
And you'd leave. You'd approach him,
I wouldn't know.
but you'd expect
But
him to approach
I
him.
would like him to, yeah.
So you, oh,
I would be
Would you
disappointed.
expect-
No,
I don't know
I would
if
be
you'd
disappointed
expect-
if he left without. I'd be like, oh, what was that eye contact for?
just to
Don't
clarify.
tease
You think I'm just throwing that out anywhere? No.
I'd slip him a note saying meet me at the altar.
Really?
No.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get my words back. This is ridiculous.
I'm joking.
So, hold on, just to clarify for all the guys out there. Okay, what constitutes as eye contact? Because I hear about it all the time. Like, you're going to randomly make eye contact with people when you walk past them on the street in a cafe.
I
But-
feel
I
like
need
I
to
feel like
stop,
it's
hold for like
different.
2 seconds.
And it's like there's like you can
One
tell.
Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and we're
Yeah.
in the clear, green light
Up.
to go.
And
no,
then
but maybe a couple of times.
Okay.
there's
Maybe
usually
like
a
a
sparkle as well.
Down, up.
Okay, so
Down.
we're looking at 2 times 3, so 2
The
second
ladder.
hold.
Yeah, but
Repeat
usually when
3
you look,
times.
there's a little bit of a sparkle.
There's some you can tell.
Oh,
Sparkle.
I've
Yes, yeah.
I've never seen that.
I see sparkles.
What the fuck am I looking at?
I see sparkles in people's eyes, and I go, yeah,
Sparkle.
like, and then yeah, literal sparkles. Maybe it's tears.
Like that is a bit. Like all very
Maybe
well.
they're just like a bit damaged or something.
Yeah.
You're like,
He's made me really nervous.
He's starting to cry. Yeah, look. Nah, I probably would never have the maybe never's pushing it. I wouldn't go up to a guy in a cafe and say
Nah.
hi.
What about, okay, this
You
There's
know,
just
cute
so
babies,
many
like-
things that could go wrong.
Yeah.
what about the gym? Now, I know
oh,
this
Absolutely
nah,
not.
that is a
No.
like no zone.
I look
Never
like
done.
a
No.
hippo trying to get air. There's no way I'm going up to a guy saying hi. I look like a tomato.
But like, I feel like a gym is just a.
He'd be scared of just listening. Can you imagine me going up to a guy behind? He'd be like, oh, God. Which one?
Don't touch me.
Oh, that was so bad. That's actually mean. Oh, that's the night that I decided I was the dove of the group.
Talking about this whole flirting dating game has just completely changed.
Mm.
I swear when I was your age, maybe a bit younger, Instagram DMs were easy. You'd like a couple of old photos.
I think the fact
What's
when you
happening?
used to be able to just go
I love
like
it
some
when you
old
guys
photos.
Okay, hold on. No, okay.
Wait, what did
No.
you say?
Pause.
You know when you used to be able to just like you just go back and like one old photo and then
Conversation.
like send a
I hated
message.
that.
Oh, it was the easiest. It was
It was
just
easy.
so-
It's
So-
so easy. You do it like you
Get
like,
to the
I
point.
like, you like, I like, you message.
Okay,
Done.
you know what?
That was
When,
it.
when a guy messages you, right?
That's
just
a little
say-
takeaway
just like-
that we do.
and he goes, I'm interested. I don't use the DM sliding or the one-liners, so like,
Yeah.
I'm just,
Bear with you. Yeah.
yeah, I'm throwing it. But we'll see what happens. He hits you with like, hey gorgeous.
Ugh.
When I say that, it's, hey gorgeous, how you doing? Are you replying? Are you reading that and not? Are you leaving undelivered, or are you double tapping that message again right back out of that inbox?
No, if I'm interested in them, I'm definitely replying.
Okay, hold on. if you're
Don't
not
say hey
interested.
gorgeous then. No.
If I'm not interested, then
Just don't
I'm
open
not
it.
replying.
Double tapping. and-
No, I'm not lying.
I wouldn't-
I'm
yeah.
not
No, you
lying.
just, I
Just
just
don't
don't
reply.
think you acknowledge it. I think you just.
Oh, I
Leave
wouldn't open it. Like
No one
I
bites
would
the
read
dust.
the
Yeah.
message
Maybe
from a
just delete
notification
it.
without
I don't know.
going into the chat.
Okay, so
There's
but-
no point. Like I just don't see that.
speaking to 3 serial daters right now.
That's
Hey.
I'll take it. It's not true, but I'll take
Okay,
it.
well, okay. In comparison to me, I think you guys have more experience now. You're more of a social light in terms of playing the field. Let's not jump to conclusions. Yeah. Now, if a guy were to message a girl, do you think that there is a universal line or expression that they could use that would receive a response? Or you think it's very dependent on the person receiving? Because this is a question I feel like isn't answered very well, because I've told people to try some one-liners and
what did you suggest? What were your
Can't tell you,
one-liners?
it's
I
just
think that there's like
There's
there's 2 ways you can go about it, right? One way is I'm all for just a hey. Anything more, it leaves room for like ickiness. Like, if you use it like a gorgeous, I don't know.
No,
like
gorgeous.
If you use it like, just start with a hey. That'll gauge
Like
interest.
literally
Or
H-E-Y.
sometimes a fun one is when they send you one of your posts that's like, I don't know, maybe you've gone for like a fucking walk, I don't know, you've done something and they send it and like, I've done that. I don't know, that sounds icky as well, actually, now that I think about it.
that's
You know what I
like
mean?
that
Then they start
conversation.
conversation by relating something that like,
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, and it shows that they're kind of interested in something.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, okay, so it's a flattering way. Yeah,
I don't know if like one-liners work these days, to be
Oh, they
honest.
work for
I
me.
think they're a little bit of a piss take.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What
No,
is
as in-
one-liners?
One, you know,
One
like
is like, for example, I've heard this one a million times. Someone sends a photo to like with a couch with no context into the inbox, and someone goes, what's going on here?
Never heard
You're
that
like,
one.
oh, I'm just moving the furniture here, just moving this here so we can sit down and have a chat.
Oh, I've never heard that in my
You've
life.
never heard that?
I'm
you're
not
like,
gonna lie, that's kind of funny.
That's funny.
I'm more thinking of the one-liners where it's like, did it hurt?
Full of fire.
Surely no one's.
Yeah,
I
that's-
fucking hope it did.
I think that one's good.
Yeah, that's like the 80s, I think.
Alright, well, speaking
Yeah.
of icks, Tuzz, you're going to tell us some of the icks that.
Oh.
We were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah, I was a little bit confused, to be honest, of what's like an ick compared to a like a deal breaker. Is there a difference?
Wait, actually, I want to know,
Right.
is there a difference?
Well, because I thought like an ick is, say you're dating them or you're like seeing a guy and they do something like, oh, ick, but like you're not going to break up with them over it. Like ick would be like, doesn't know the right there and there, or your grammar, or like, they call you like bub or something. It's things that you can be like, please stop, or like you can sort of edge them to be like, oh, this is how you spell this. You're not going to break up with them over it. But then I think, bub's,
Really?
that's feral.
Alright,
Yeah,
just
no
to
one
put the
else.
record up,
But
I
then-
don't use bub.
Zach's like, should I
I also
stop
don't
saying
have
that?
the option to use bub.
I think bub and like
I called my dog Bob.
baby, to be honest, is too. Just these days, I don't think
No.
anyone does it. If a
Pet
guy calls
names?
you hun, it's
Oh,
all.
babe's too much.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby's so cute.
Baby's like right place. But like if it's every now and then she'll whack it in a sentence, but I think bub is a little
Yeah,
bit.
but you cringe really easy at stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're not the, like...
You would
No.
be difficult.
I think
Even
romantic
saying
is
her
good.
name could flare a reaction.
Yeah.
How dare you show me that you like me?
Call me by my full name and I'm calling her. No, but I think that's like an ick, right? And then there's like deal breakers, which is like, the classic, like if they're rude to the waiter or like they're really stingy. And just like
something.
And then it's like you're like, that's a personality trait that like I would not date. That's a
I
deal
feel like
breaker.
icks are like sort of.
Icks are like,
just
they're fucking running after the bus with a backpack.
Yeah.
I've never seen a guy do that, and it's not like I've been dating someone and I've seen them do that. And like, ick, but you picture it.
I had to
And
do it
it's
once.
like
I had
so
to run for the
embarrassing.
bus.
You did?
Yeah, and a lady laughed at me when I got on. She was like, haha, you
Yeah.
had to run. I was like, bitch, I know.
Get on an ick. Yeah, so I don't know. Is that what everyone else's interpretation
What
of
about
an ick is?
food? What about like food preferences, like if they're vegetarian, pescatarian, vegan?
Interesting.
Well,
Like,
that sounds so
You have
typical.
a
I'm a
preference?
vegan.
I'm a vegan.
Yeah, don't really like care. I think it'd be like I don't care what they eat. If we like went out on a date and they ordered like a steak blue, I think just for anyone that's a little bit of an ick, cook your meat.
Okay, okay.
That's an ick.
Speaking of, what about first dates if you're eating?
eating.
Oh.
Like, do you expect coffee? Do you want to be wine and dine? What are we doing for, like, what is an appropriate first date?
What do you want to say?
Oh no, Mads just reminded me of a trauma I had on one of my dates with food.
Yeah, go. It was actually funny.
Do you know? Because it's. Are we going to go into this later? Because it's a bit of a like story.
Okay,
No,
well,
you can still do
you
it
guys
20
get
seconds.
dinner. How is it a story? It's literally you guys getting dinner.
Yeah, no, I just think the whole date was a bit of a trauma scenario. But no, we did go on. It was just this like guy. It was the first ever hinge date I went on when I moved up to the Gold Coast. 'Cause put yourself out there.
Nice.
And
This is a non-sponsored podcast, Hinge, by the way. So
Yeah,
if you want
yeah.
to help,
yeah.
more than happy.
No, and I don't know. He knew I was vegan, and he booked us into this. He didn't even book us in. We went to this like burger place that's like Milky Lane, but on fucking roids. Like the burgers were so.
Not for you.
And then he knew I was vegan, and he was like, "You hungry?" And I was like, "Honestly, could have a little snack. Did you want to just share stuff?" I was like, yeah. Let's get these loaded fries." And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's actually just like it's got bacon and that like sauce cheese all over it." And he was like, "You can just pick around it."
What?
And that was it. That wasn't an ick, that was a deal breaker. I was like, "Oh my god."
It's a really, like, yeah, just get two different fries.
But for the right
Yeah,
person,
like-
you would do that.
but-
We've gotten a prawn pizza before.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't pick around
No.
saucy American cheese.
Yeah, no.
I think like, you know the outskirt chips that didn't get any love?
Well, you don't want to be doing.
Like,
You don't want to be doing that on a first date. Anyway.
No, it's
What
not
have
cute
cheese on
when you're trying to. You got cheese on your fingernails. Anyway,
I love a dinner first.
any user.
Okay, I want to know why you like the dinner first dates, Jack.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're too
You're
formal.
such
The
a
only
dinner
reason
first
why
date.
I
Such a
actually
dinner.
and feel free to criticize this, but I feel like it's so formal, and
It is.
like you've really only met them through a screen, or I mean maybe at a party through a friend of a friend, and it's like, you know.
There's too much
'Cause
eye
it-
contact
Having to sit
required.
directly
Yeah.
across from someone at a table, I don't even like doing that with like my
Oh,
close
nice.
friends. I
No.
I
don't
look
like
too
that
good.
at all.
No.
Like, I'm not a very sexy
And you're-
eater. Like
no.
I'm not seduced. You know what
I
I
don't really get, no, sorry, dinner's not like drinks. I love going for drinks.
mean? Okay,
as a
drinks I
first date.
understand because like the alcohol kind of.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, dinner's like a bit of a, maybe not dinner.
You like dinner?
Actually, I do like dinner.
You do well, but you're
I love
good.
walks as well.
Okay,
Like,
so
I don't mind, but me as a person, I love going out for dinner with my friends and my family. That's something that I love. So I love doing it.
you like the activity of.
Yeah, I love the act of going out, getting ready, putting on a cute outfit, ordering a drink. Like, I love dining. It's just something that I like to do. So when a guy takes me out, especially if it's like a nice place, I'm cheering, laughing.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna add on to that. Who pays for the bill?
Always offer to split. Always.
Yeah.
See, ladies.
Like, oh,
Some of us are really struggling out there with this current
Always
economic
offer to
climate.
split.
We do need your help. So.
Like most times guys will offer to pay, but like I'm always happy to split it.
I think a
like,
girl should at least offer.
Offer.
For sure.
I've gone on dates where I've bought the
Yeah.
dinner. Like,
I think
so that
initial
was a bit random, but
the
like
initial dates.
like-
So you never saw him again, right?
no, I never saw it again. But like I didn't care. Like I don't think that's like a it's a nice gesture when they pay, but it's not expected.
Okay. Well, now I want you guys to critique this first date. So you've been talking for. Okay, we'll get to talking stages in a second because I feel like that's also quite a complex topic. But we'll just skip that and then come back. So, coffee and a walk.
Oh,
Now, the reason why I use this technique is A, they don't drink coffee. Tuzz, I'm going to go back to your stuff. Sorry, Tuzz, I apologize.
get it.
They don't drink coffee. Sayonara. And if they do, dick, you know, it's one step introducing you guys to mum and dad. Now, the walk is that you don't have to directly look at them, so I'm referring
Yeah.
to Casso. So eye contact's there, and eye contact wigs me out. I like doing
It's
it,
stressful.
but it stresses me out because
Eye
it's
contact is so important.
because I'm waiting to see if they're going to
But-
break it with me, and then if
Yeah.
they break it, they go, "Oh my god, this guy's he's a nervous wreck." And I'm really trying. I'm trying to hold it all together,
Yeah.
right? That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I may come across as like Iron Man in the messages, and then I rock up in person. I'm still wiping the sleep out of my eye. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why I suggested that time. We're getting coffee, and then we're doing the walk, and we're walking side by side. And you know why I like walks is that it limits the date to a start and an end time.
Yeah.
And the beauty of having a start and end time is that you don't have to come up with any more ideas.
And
for
you
the rest
have
of
to
the
know
day.
what you've committed to.
And if the walk is good and you go on it like before breakfast, then you can go, hey, I'm having a great time.
Want to get breakfast?
Maddie's nodding her head at the back, yeah, I love it. Let's do recce after. And then that's when you go, okay.
And that's the thing, by that point you've had the walk where you've broken that initial awkward getting to know each other, I guess, small talk.
Where do you want me to actually put
We've
it?
got Casso v. Jwalla around
There's a bit of
18th
beef.
of March.
I actually just
Why
need to
would
put
you
this
put
on
the
the
last
list.
bit? Where the fuck do you want me to put
Don't
it?
drink it.
Just reminded myself, but
Yeah.
for everybody. So
We're inmates. It's different.
Yeah.
Tuzz.
No, I just think that initial walk, I think that's like the perfect day, to be honest. If you start with a walk, then you're sort of getting that awkward, like, first date, like,
It's
nerves,
just so
jitters,
nice
getting
and
to know each
casual.
other out of the way, and then you can be like, oh, well, let's get brekkie. And it's perfect when it's in the morning, you can keep your sunnies on if you want. That also just layer of, like,
Well,
Love
Casso
that.
did this morning.
protection.
I prefer ice cream or frozen yogurt over a walk and coffee.
Okay, but we don't have that where I am.
Messina.
What do you mean?
Dude, have
Where
you
you
seen the
are.
line of that
Or-
place?
that is the perfect time to talk.
Dude, disco, music.
I
It's
love
just
it.
seen as stressful.
No, yeah, exactly.
I don't like
And
I'm a
like
crowd
standing in a line while you're like, yeah.
I love it.
person. I hate
Ice cream
small talk.
upsets
Small
my tummy.
talk.
Ice cream.
I don't know. Like I'll go for a walk with a guy, but I much prefer a walk with the girls. I don't know. I'm really.
I prefer
like,
most things.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
See, I'm meeting girls is the scariest thing ever.
Yeah.
I think for me it's terrifying because it's emotionally exhausting. Because I have to tell them that I'm a millionaire, I'm 6'7".
Yeah, you
And
have
then
to break
they
the
see me
news.
and they go, oh my god, that's catfish. Let's call me from MTV.
I get
and
yeah. Catfishing is actually like a thing.
is it a
Yeah.
thing in Sydney? Is it general?
It's a thing in Sydney.
Yeah.
You reckon?
But like I think maybe I catfish.
You're the catfisher?
No, I'm
No,
joking.
you're not.
I don't know. I've sort of like read off the dating apps because it's just like
They're just like honestly
Oh.
like a game to me. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, that's why I
They're-
think
It's
they're
a nice
not,
ego boost, to be
but
honest.
that's
with
not
Sometimes
like
it's
how
not,
it should
though.
be
It's
used
like-
though.
Yeah, sometimes it's
How
ego's
dare
lunch
you?
and it's
Yeah.
like,
Like if
okay.
you're using Hinge as an ego boost, like you're using it for like the wrong reason.
Oh,
Okay.
bloody go.
Speaking of, this is something
Stop
else.
using it.
So
I'm
You
not
know
gonna
what it's
laugh.
for.
why would you down? And this is like the ego boost talking. Don't get me wrong, I've used apps before. 0 success rate. So like cancel.
Through fault of your own, probably.
Yeah.
See, I would never use Hinge in camp.
I'm that. So I'm the type of person. I'll download it. We'll have a conversation, and then like I need to see like the reason why I need to see this person within 5 days of talking to them is because I do not have enough material back there to keep ushering questions and show genuine interest if I've never met you before. Because you,
Yeah.
well, I mean, I'll say we may not find each other very interesting. So why do? And I don't say this with girls. Download the dating apps, match with these guys, and then either never reply or never message. Because let's be honest, you go like, oh, I never go on here much. Well, duh, bro, you do because you match with me. So like,
Yeah.
you've been caught. But I would love to know why that's the case because there are some guys that genuinely don't get the opportunity to meet with these girls, and then I would say there is a generalization that a lot of men do not satisfy the pre-dating requirements for a girl to even be seen with them.
I
And you don't know until you go on a date.
See, like so I match with someone on Hinge. We talk. If the chat's good, I'll probably like be like, oh, like what's your Insta? Like what's your Instagram? Take it off Hinge. Talk on Instagram.
Yeah.
And
I
then
take
if
it
they
off.
don't ask to meet up with me within like a good time frame, then I probably just will stop talking to
So
them.
why okay.
I'm definitely someone who will just match with people and then not talk to them ever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because you get, I feel
That's
like
what I mean
you
in
get,
terms of like it's just like a fun little game.
but I think you get like this burst of motivation where you're like, oh,
Yeah.
put yourself out there,
Yeah.
and then you match, and then it's sort of like, majority of the combo just goes dead.
The best Hinge date, yeah,
unless
okay.
they like, but if they carry it on, but it's like, I feel like with Hinge, you're not going and then just chatting to them for like 1 or 2 weeks. they've got to like you just like chat for a little bit. If you get
No,
on, alright, let's
yeah.
catch up for a drink.
The best hinge date
Yeah.
I went on, we spoke for like, I think we exchanged like 5 messages in total, and we'd made plans to meet up, and then I met with him.
It's gonna be quick. Also,
And then we went on like 2
Yeah.
or 3 dates after that, and it was great. And we only ever really spoke on like text message when we were planning to meet up. Like we didn't talk during the
Love that
day.
stuff.
And I was telling this guy at work about it. I was like, he's like, oh, you know, like has he messaged you? Has he messaged you? I was like, no. He goes, oh, like, are you okay? I'm like, bro, I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to. I don't.
There's not that
I don't
much to
wanna
talk
Well,
do
what
about.
are you going to
small talk
speak
with
about
him.
on your day?
I'd
Yeah.
rather just message him to meet up or like talk about plans of what we're going to do and then meet up and then save all the conversation. But that's even when you have a boyfriend. Like I don't really like talking all day long because then I'd rather just like fill you in when I see you. I'm a very like in person.
Yeah, well, because I feel like there's an element of trust there. Because I'm the same. So
Yeah.
I hit him up like I'm an EA. Hey, this day, this time, park here, and we'll like
And I'll
we'll
kidnap you there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you'll never see your
let's,
family again.
let's make sure that that is not the case. So like I'll tell him, let's go here. We got a bite to eat this time, this day, suit. Yes. I will not contact.
That's something guys need to do more. Is
Intro.
Yeah.
come forward with a plan.
Yeah. Well, you need
None of
to.
this, what do you want to do? If you message a girl with where you're going, what time and when, the likelihood of her saying yes increases by like 80%. Don't ask
Say,
me,
do you want to do this? Not what should we do? Like
Do not ask
like
me what I
literally,
wanna
even
do.
if it's just a walk, do you want to go for a walk? At least have
Show
something and not
initiative.
what should we do?
like you choosing what we want to do also gives me a little bit of an insight of like the type of guy you are and who you are.
Okay. So I'm about to break the hearts of
Who?
the guys that are texting the girls with the small talk. Okay, so let's be honest. If you're there, like at most talking stages when you talk, like when you're kind of talking to someone seriously, there's like 2 floaters. When I say like 2 floaters, I mean like 2 people that want to be talking to you. Let's be honest, you have a preference. Like it's like you got your favorite color. When you have 3 to pick from, you're gonna have your preference of the 3. They're not gonna be split 33, 33, 33. It's just not the
There's
case.
always one you want to look
Exactly.
for. Yeah.
So, and that person, that guy, is it fair to say, is the one making the plans
Yeah.
and not doing it? So how was that? How was your day? Like,
No, God.
Yeah,
Because
good. How was yours?
this-
I
Yeah,
can't
guys
if
doing
that's
that.
what it is.
What are you
I'm
up to this
not.
weekend? Not much. You? No.
yeah. So, and there are guys doing it. So, like,
Yeah.
to all the guys out there, like if you're doing that to a girl, I'm sorry, but
Let's
there's,
not.
prob-
You know,
there's probably
quality-
another guy who's
Yeah.
actually going to have the feed
Yeah.
with her
Yeah.
and is hanging out with her.
It
and
just
you
Quality
were
shows,
doing the
response.
work
it
for
shows
him, would you say?
confidence and
What'd you say?
initiative.
This guy would be doing, so there's like the small talk guy, he's actually doing the work for the first preference because he's keeping her occupied during the day, so she's getting that dopamine release of, hey, there's attention. But then,
I
the
don't
guy,
think it works that.
Oh, no, I
It's-
see
I
where
think-
you're coming
yeah,
from. I see it.
Because like keeps
yeah.
you entertained during the day, like, oh yeah, I'm on my phone. But then, numero uno, sorry.
Numero,
Get nervous. Numero uno is getting the day, and because he's being short,
Well,
sharp,
that's, yeah,
concise.
you don't need all
And
the other little
upfront.
small talk.
Yeah.
And someone else is doing that for you. Like I definitely.
And just sometimes, so what are you doing with your day? What do you do when
Oh,
you're
you
like
got
you're
your phone all the
messaging all
time.
through the day? What is your job?
Well, yeah, I don't like that because then it's like obviously you're just on your
you're
phone all
taking
the
yourself
time.
seriously. Yeah.
Get off it.
Get off.
No one needs to
100%.
do that
I
much.
wish more guys did that.
Yeah, I think when guys ask me for advice is because
Be forward.
because it's not like you're not taking genuine interest in their lives. Like here's the and this is
No, I think that it makes them seem like they're literally taking less. When it's all that small talk, it literally seems like they could not care less.
because
Because it's like,
And you're like, you're
yeah, why
probably
is it just the small
regurgitating.
talk? Yeah,
You're regurgitating this to like,
yeah, everyone. How
Final
are you?
words.
You don't actually care. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you. I'm not going to tell you anything. Nothing good.
I just feel like it's not even being blunt, just being like short with messages because there's obviously a connotation that if there's a full stop at the end, you're angry. I love when people will yell when I say full stop.
I think
Oh
it's
my
so
God,
normal
did I
now.
do something wrong? Or if you go hi and you have commas in there, you're writing it like an email.
Somebody
which-
said hi to me.
That's technically what I do. I write like an email because it's like there's no
Would be
separation.
bit,
between
like
work.
bit witty, like
I just think
I love that
it's
one.
just saying
Oh,
hi.
okay, let's just say there's an old flame. You're both single, you run into each other at the clubs, and then
old
or I'll
flame.
say like, you just hit him with the hi. come on, man. We know exactly what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Right. But I think that's like it's a
Oh,
cute
that
sort of way.
feeling when you run into an old flame and they just go hi.
I love that.
Oh,
Have you seen No
toxicity
Strings
is
Attached?
insane.
Have you seen No Strings Attached?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
So when
I
they first
love
get together,
that.
and he's talking to his mate, he goes, so like, what did you guys do last night? You know, they did the deed, and he goes, have you spoken to her? No. And he sees her walk past with the doctor, and he goes like, damn, you know, this is an alpha male, this doctor, handsome man, and he's working with the girl he likes, so he's intimidated. So what is his move? I'm gonna message her. What do you say? I said hi.
That's cute. That's cute.
And I think that's what guys.
It's
are
also
trying
Any
to
rocks up
flip.
there, congrats.
That's what they
After
think
you
that-
say whatever you
Ashley
like.
could say I hate you to me and I would literally pass out.
Drop your
Yeah.
heads.
Yeah,
Drop your ducks.
Well, I want to know that if he can say hi, you pass out. What are the recommendations that we now have for guys when going into the dating world? Like, if a guy were to talk to you, how would you like him approach? Because obviously it's way more difficult than what it used to be, and obviously we were talking about that before. Like a couple of photos, you're in. Conversation started, dates planned 3 days later, and you got a missus in 4 weeks' time. It's a nice little schedule.
Ideal.
Now
Look at
it's
that.
a different ball game. You're competing against tens and tens of other people because everyone wants to be single. Everyone's driven by different things at the moment. The world's a little bit more diverse in terms of what we're all able to do. And I think dating older people and younger people now is more acceptable than it was 4 or 5 years ago. So I think the competition has actually grown in size. Prime example. Now I don't read any news, but I have reference. What's it? Austin Butler
Yeah.
and his ex-partner, Vanessa
Yeah.
Hudgens, right?
Yeah.
She was 18 when she had met, was it Kai Gerber? When she was 6 or something. I saw a
Kai.
photo the other day. What's Austin Butler's girlfriend's name?
It's
My
she's
ex-girlfriend
Kaya.
is Kai Gerber.
Oh, they're not together.
They broke up.
Is this new?
Austin Butler's dating like a 40-year-old now or something.
Come on.
What?
Okay, well, hold on. We need to fact check this, but let's hypothetically say.
Kaya and Austin broke up and now he's
They
with
wouldn't have
someone
been together for
older.
long.
Hold on.
Or maybe that's...
We got our
Fact check.
technical partner in the back there doing the investigation because. I want to
Does it ruin what you
Yeah,
were
well,
going to
look,
say?
Austin, I'm not out here to attack you, but I do have a big crush on Vanessa Hudgens. But she's engaged.
It says that Butler 4 days ago attended the Academy Awards with Kaya Gerber,
Okay, yeah.
his girlfriend.
So Kai Gerber was like 6 or something when she met Vanessa Hudgens at 18, and he's dated Vanessa and Kai.
It's weird when it like goes like that.
But they don't look
Like
different
that.
though. Like she does not look her age.
Yeah,
She
but I'm
always looks
glad
like
that
a
age
girl.
isn't a thing anymore because I I'm
It
just
used to
glad
be.
it's
It
not.
used to be a problem. Like they were going to say, "Oh my god, dating a young girl."
I think it's always been pretty normal for like guys to date a little bit younger.
Guys
Isn't it?
always go younger.
It's always
girls
been
always
normal.
go older.
Yeah, like girls will go older and guys will go younger, and I feel like that's really normal. And then you sort of get past the age of like maybe 25, and then it's just also normal for like girls to date a little bit younger.
Yeah.
As I don't know.
You know what it is though? It's because when it's like the emotional age. Like that's why
Oh,
girls
exactly,
always go older
yeah.
because they're more mature.
Yeah. Generally, yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
So is dating history a red flag then? If you know someone they've dated, okay, let's just say you've heard
Yeah, if they
something
date a
about
four-
14-year-old, that's a bit of a red flag.
well,
A bit
hopefully-
of one, not too much of one, just a little bit
That's
though.
Okay,
You're
but
there,
like,
are they in jail?
let's say you know the ex-girlfriend, and you're not a fan, and he's dated her. Does that put you off dating a guy, or are you like, nah, screw it?
I just don't want to know anything about it. I don't
Oh,
want to
yeah,
be
why is that?
involved with the ex. Like I just, it's.
Is it because you develop comparisons, or
Well, obviously I do.
Naturally,
But I don't want to
yeah.
know. But like,
Yeah.
if you guys are done, then you're done. And if you're ready to date again, then you need to like focus on your new gal. I don't
I
want to
think
know about
initially
the ex.
it would sort of make you question it if you didn't like their ex.
Even if
But
you
I mean,
wanted
they're
to.
not their ex, like they're their
Yeah.
own person, so that's a bit tricky.
considering we've just spoken about a bit of Juice, a bit of Austin Butler,
A bit of a tea.
bit of the tea, E-News, shout out. So alright, we're gonna go on to the, I guess, what can a guy do for you before getting a date? Like how how does he need to come across? What are the things you look for before giving a guy a chance?
Are you talking like from you've met them online?
Online, or like let's just say at a party, two friends introduce you to each other, you get to your Instagram, you're saying Instagram, or number.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
honestly,
forget
these
about
days
numbers.
it's Instagram. Because I think these days, like, giving your number is actually quite
You think it's personal? Okay.
No, I don't think it is, but I think there is that like perception that Instagram, and then once you start dating, like texting is a bit more, I don't know. Instagram is always just like the way to go. I guess people want each other's Instagram so they can like suss the vibes, look at the tagged, see, you know, that so it gives a little bit
are
of
you
insight.
actually photogenic?
You're exposing us.
Is this legit? I think it's a lot easier to sort of like tee up a date if you've met them in person, because I don't know, you've had that I think like a lot of the fear of if you're online dating or through an app or whatever, that initial fear of like being like, oh fuck it, like just go on the date, it's coming from like you've never met them, you really don't know what their vibe's going to be like, so it's a lot harder I think to get a date, like a girl on a date or whatever, from an app, rather than if you've met them at a party, they've got your vibe, you can just get on Instagram and say we'll do a catch up next week. I don't know, I feel like keep it simple.
Alright, physical appearance of a guy, how tall has he got to be? Is height a problem?
Height, like I'm not like they've got to be heaps tall. Would like it if they're at least my height. I don't know if I'd like go shorter, but that's just personal preference.
Yeah.
I think it's as long as they're just like confident. I don't know.
So if they're confident, direct, they obviously come across as sweet, because we're not going to be hanging out with any jackass jokers.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
We love short kings.
Jackie.
Short queen.
I just say what
Jackie, yeah. Don't drag us.
Okay, so if they're nice, you find them physically attractive. I mean, and they've obviously got to be polite. They're pretty direct and easy to talk to. You give them a date. Bang.
Yeah. Their first impression was good.
Yeah, okay.
You'll give them another go, I reckon.
Casso, what do you reckon?
Yes.
What's the go-to when initiating a date for you? Like, because you're in Sydney now, you moved to the Gold Coast, so
Yeah.
you're kind of dating in different states now. So
Little
we call
bit,
you an
yeah.
expert.
She's in a new pool.
Honestly, for me, I don't really like the niceties. I'm like, banter, you need that. Or just like, I don't know, I'm a very sarcastic person, so I like when they're also like, no, I don't know.
They got to match.
You need to make
They
me
need to
laugh.
match the energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've known you for a while, so 100%. You're I wouldn't say dry. That's rude. She's not dry at all, fellas. Just FYI. But
We're closed.
yeah, sorry guys. It says Saturday closed.
Let's have a juicy dating story.
We
Rack
are.
off.
Get your mitts off.
Get your mitts off. Rack off.
Rack off.
So guys, so we had a.
We just had a break-in.
Attempt to break and enter, so we're good now. We've now people trying to come to the studio. No, so anyway, getting back to it. Cass is pretty direct. So for all those who are listening now and obviously trying to get her Instagram and stuff, we need to understand. So don't be soft. Be kind, direct, or else.
Yeah, like
You're
it's
done
just
for.
like, that's just boring if you're not.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
Sorry.
don't
But it
need to
is
apologize.
boring for me.
Yeah, don't be
I
boring.
agree.
Fellas, don't be boring. Don't be
Just-
and don't be too nice. I
No,
think
just
That's the
don't be
thing, yeah,
afraid
I
to meet
just-
Oh, but
up.
just be authentic.
Just be yourself.
See, guys, you know what?
Just
You know what
be
dating
authentic.
life is.
Do it all.
Just
Be authentic, but also don't be
afraid.
yourself.
Be authentic, but don't be
But
yourself.
Be
if
authentic,
you're
but also
boring-
be fake.
No,
Yeah.
there's just there's only so much you can do behind a screen. Like, just meet up. Like, don't be scared to go on dates. Like, just
Because
meet up.
if you
go on
try and
dates.
talk too much before
Date as
asking
much
a
as
date,
you want. Like,
just
it's
not.
so. I think it's so useful and important. And dating is such a good way to find out what you want and what you don't want, and meet new people. Like, it's so exciting. It's filled with opportunity.
Cass is finished right now.
Speak for yourself.
I hate meeting people that
I love
Yeah.
it. Okay, well, so
Yeah.
that's introvert and extrovert.
And this is what I like. You've got a bit of
Yeah.
diversity going on
Yeah.
here, you know.
But it's not even, I think,
You
I
just
just
said
said
you hate
introvert.
meeting new people. How is that?
because generally I'm like, I don't want to have to meet a new person and go through
It's
the
the
small
small
talk.
talk.
to
I
me,
had
that's-
such an issue.
I-
with
But
it.
why are you small talking? Like, why don't you just? Why is there small talking?
Well,
in
I'm
person?
not just
I
gonna
get it
dive
online.
straight in and be.
I would be
you
like
need
that,
to
yeah,
small
that's-
talk, like to
I
ease your
dive
way
straight
into
in.
it.
I just like ask questions, they bounce back. Like,
Oh, Jack, I gotta ask you a question then. Grab the mic. Are you the type of person to ask questions and not give answers on the first date?
I see the last couple dates that I went on, I wish that the guy asked me more questions.
Okay, so you talk about himself too much. Or he was like, what was he talking like?
No, so like I felt like the conversation was great and we were laughing and I was making him laugh, but like I was talking a lot because he wasn't really talking about him much. And like I would ask him questions and he would answer it and then he would turn it back on me and then I'm talking again. Like I wish he like
It's
just
like instigate conversation.
yeah,
as
I
well.
wish he started conversation more because like I felt like I did that a lot. But I don't know, I feel like I've never struggled with small talk on like first dates. Like maybe it's because I'm a bit nervous and I make up for it and I talk and I ramble on a bit, but like I sort of like that because then I'm like talking about all these like really funny like random things that have happened, but that like shows a bit of my personality through the conversation that I'm in.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think pretty easy to talk to, and I feel like you listen, so it makes it easy to continue the conversation as
Yeah.
a guy. Casso, on the other hand, just giving you daggers the first time. Like, I can only imagine what it feel like, so I understand the difference. But no, I get where you're coming from too. And I think obviously nervousness equals a little bit of dribble. You
Yeah.
start rambling, but I think ramble's good because it allows for conversation.
Yeah.
So people go, oh, don't be too nervous, just be yourself. Some people are just mutes.
Yeah, don't be yourself.
And it's kind of like, oh shit, I can't be myself right
Yeah.
now. So, because you're done.
Just
for.
like fake it to make it. Like even if you're not confident, like just fake it. Like just act it. Because if you act confident, no one is gonna question it, and you
Makes
seem
sense.
like you don't know what you're gonna do. Like why are you laughing?
But I think that
What was
like,
No, tell me.
Sarah's Day's catchphrase,
Yeah.
act confident and no one will question you.
Oh, I
Acting
thought it
like
was
you're
just.
pointing at yourself.
I thought it was just a generic thing, like
No.
act confident and no one will question it.
I do like that though. Yeah.
Like what? The nervous.
Act confident and no one will question you. Or just, I don't know.
Okay, but let's
The
just say
fake
this
it to make
guy
it.
just rocks up and you act so confident, you're like, oh god, he does this for long.
Well, there's a difference between confidence and
And
cockiness.
arrogance.
Yeah.
There's a
Like,
difference between confident and
Okay,
arrogant.
and what did they look like to you guys? So let's hot seat this. Jwalla, you start with that. Casso. It's like a relay team.
Confidence is being really interested in you and asking lots of questions about you, wanting to know more about you. And like arrogance would be talking the same amount, but like all about him and like all the great things he does and in a cocky way. You go.
confidence, I reckon it's like, say they're like, you're organising something, it's like, oh, let's go here. Arrogance would be like, oh, you can pick somewhere and like, I don't want to pick it. That's
Oh,
the arrogant, I
I've been all
reckon. Like,
about that.
you
I've
pick
been-
it and we'll just go, like, that's the arrogant, I reckon.
Or like
Confidence is like, ooh,
Yeah.
Ooh. What? Like, ooh.
There's a fine. That's tricky. There's a fine line. Actually, no, it's pretty.
Okay,
fine line.
Tuzz has got some, has to have some from the GC.
yeah, oh my
All the influences that have been here.
arrogance
so-
up there. It's not
Wait,
hard to
hot,
come
we're gonna
by.
hot seat it.
I mean, I think all like the dates I had up there, it was very like they were arrogant. Like it was always very one-sided conversation.
I think that's a
Like,
great way to say it. Arrogance is one-sided.
It's a one-sided conversation. Like it's for you to get out that you know you're not even from the Gold Coast. It's like 20, 30 minutes into the date, and you're like have to just somehow whip it into conversation, and it's with no context. Yeah, cool. You've got one fact about me. I don't think you were listening, but you got it. And like bragging.
yeah.
It's what Jack said, like confidence is like when they can carry a conversation and they're actually asking questions. And like even if they come into it and they're like, oh fuck, I'm pretty nervous, like that's confident. you know, if you're owning,
Yeah, own it.
like own it. Like
Own
I'll
Being
go
vulnerable
in.
in the.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Wow.
Like when I'll go into a
Yeah,
date and I'm like,
yeah.
oh, I'm a bit, to be honest.
Hi, I'm Talia,
My name's
nervous.
Talia and I'm very nervous. No, but I think just confidence, like going in and sort of
Do you think transparency is like a big form of
is
confidence? Because it
confidence.
shows that
Well,
they're sure of
because
themselves
yeah.
because they're happy to just.
Whereas
Be
if they're
there.
just like putting it on, then they're not confident in themselves.
Yeah,
it's all
it's
just
not
like a
fake.
facade sort of.
And I feel like it's what guys struggle with though, is being transparent with obviously each other, but women in particular on a date because they want to be this kind of macho alpha where it's that nothing phases them and it's alright. Where I feel like transparency doesn't mean it's a bad thing at all. Like
No.
if you go,
So
oh,
much
I get
more
nervous
relatable.
and say, oh, they got my food order wrong. Like, okay, great scenario. Food order's wrong. Do you tell them? Do you send it back, or do
I
you just
think-
eat it and like, would a girl be like, oh, it's unattractive that he didn't send his food back because he didn't order that, or him eating it because he doesn't put anyone out? Like, is that because they can both be seen as a positive but as a negative at the same time?
But
So-
I think it's the way, like if they sent it back, like how did they send it back? Like
How?
Okay.
but how do they approach
Yeah.
the staff and say, like, was it really like accusing, you know, the wait staff that maybe was like the kitchen that might have gotten wrong, or like, you know, people make
That's a
mistakes,
red flag.
like,
Is how they treat
well,
hospitality.
how they treat the
as well.
staff. But I think like,
Yeah.
I mean, it just I don't think either of those, either decision's like better than the other. It just depends how they sort of approach it. Like, if they get a steak and I don't know, they get like a mushroom
doing a
sauce
chicken.
and they wanted like Diane, and they're like, yo, do I need to fucking ask for this? And you
Throw some sauce in the
know,
air.
yeah, I don't know. I think
God
this is how
hope
they
you
approach it,
never
because then
tell.
again, it's like they either approach it in a way that's like arrogant, or they're just like nice about it. And yeah.
No, I get it. I get it. That's essentially how they treat other people. Because I mean, if you
Well, it's a reflection of themselves.
yeah, you end up dating that person, and you can be in some pretty uncomfortable
Yeah.
situations if they're not very nice with other
Mm.
people. Plus, it affects people, the relationships people have with you. If they kind of shun people away. So I completely understand that. All right, now that we're in the last 60 plus seconds, only one piece of advice you have for a guy. Don't be like, oh, your hair needs to be curly and long. Or grow the mullet. I want to
Hair
talk about
needs
the
to
mullet
be
next
curly.
time. But there's one piece of advice that you could give to a guy that you think could improve his current dating situation in the dating climate that we're in. Because I'm going to call it a bit of a crisis. It is a crisis to me. That's the truth. So, one piece of advice. We'll start with you, Tuzz.
Get off the apps. I think if you actually genuinely want to date for the, like if you're wanting to date to find someone to be in a relationship with, if you're wanting to just casually date, do whatever, go on the apps. But I honestly think like, get off the apps and just go out and do it, like, you know, go up to someone and be like, oh, what's your name? I just feel like it's so much more like natural.
Just go on.
Go network, go to a networking event, you know.
Be social, join clubs and shit.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Go book club.
I'm
Go
in a book
walking
club.
clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Put that one in.
I think you're just gonna have more luck, honestly, like just being spontaneous and asking a chick out when you're out. Or
So you reckon it might be
asking someone out.
serendipitous that if you get off, so you find what you,
Big word.
yeah. So
Serendipitous.
so if you're not, you know, Murphy's law, if you stop looking, you will find kind of thing.
100%. It always happens when you're not looking.
Oh,
for
there we
it.
go.
Yeah,
Okay.
get down to Jackie.
So in other words, Murphy's law from Tuzz. All right, now Jwalla.
It
One
always-
piece of advice, other than rambling on about Murphy's law. What we can talk about Murphy's law later, but one piece of advice. Okay, hold on. Jwalla's having a think. We'll go Casso first.
I reckon just like shoot your shot. Don't be afraid of rejection. Like, so what?
You're
Someone like you shoot your shot and it doesn't go your way. Whatever, life goes on.
You're a Michael Jordan fan. You know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Don't worry about the shot you haven't taken yet because there's no point. Yeah, okay, I like
Isn't that Wayne Gretzky?
it. No disrespect, I don't know who that is. But all
I
I
know.
remember is...
They do it on The Office. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
Oh,
You
yeah.
would have seen it.
I mean, I definitely have.
Yeah.
We talk about it all the time. But
Yeah, but don't be afraid of like shoot your shot. Don't be afraid of rejection. Like
Because shooting your shot is like confidence.
confidence. Yeah, exactly.
You're confident in like going up. Yeah.
Yeah. If it doesn't work out for you, life will go on.
Jwalla,
I'm just
one
gonna
piece of
piggyback
advice.
off theirs.
You're sharing both.
No,
So
I'm
true.
just I'm piggybacking off their ones. Is just to ask girls out more, like just ask to meet up.
Okay, and let's just say, guys, girls don't reply to the guy. What happens? Do you expect the guy to keep going, or like, you know, this rejection sets people back. So I mean, let's not delve into the rejection.
Rejection
today,
sets
but do you know
everyone
what I'm
back,
trying
but
to
it's
say?
inevitable, and you can't do anything about it. It's something you can't control.
So just keep going.
Just keep going.
Push through
Like,
the
what
wall.
have you got to lose? Like, just like, someone's gonna say yes.
You know what the Zohan says? One life, one love, and one. Can't say next one.
Yeah.
But
Why not?
well, I'll have to
Leave
put
it.
this in here. Yeah. One life, one love, one schnitzel.
Just
Yeah,
have
that's
my
Don't make-
advice. Just have fun with it.
Done. Alright, guys.
Have fun, guys.
And in the meantime, like we've all just said, have fun. Hope you guys like the dribble, and that's the first episode of Talk With Me done. So thanks, Jwalla
Thanks for having us.
and Tuzz, and we'll have to do a follow up. You know, and,
Yeah.
and we've got an inbox as well. It's talk_w_me_ on our Instagram page. Any questions, or if you want to attack any of us, feel free. Message the page.
Yeah, don't.
What
We're on
the
here
fuck
for a
was that?
reason.
Let's be controversial.
But
guys.
again,
Yeah.
we do not appreciate any personal attacks. But again, we will see them,
That
and
can
we
be
will find
character
you,
building.
and we will know exactly who you are, and we will not retaliate. We'll lead by
Yeah. I'll
example.
just block you. So.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everyone, take care, and thanks for listening.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us.